Y'all, he didn't win the Nobel Peace Prize. It is 6 o'clock in the morning, and Norwegian just announced that Maria Corina Machado, I hope I said that right, has won the Nobel Peace Prize. And Donald Trump is about to be a pissed off person all day today. I suggest all his people get the hell out of Dodge. She's an activist in Venezuela for the opposition. Like, she brings people together. This is just a little bit of her activism. She created an oversight committee for voting. She's a founding member and national coordinator for the Venezuela, a liberal political movement. She won her primary by a landslide, but then was barred from running in the presidential election. The Nobel Peace Prize Committee, they praise her as one of the most extraordinary examples of civilian courage in Latin America. And for her to be a woman, that shit is huge. She faces serious threats every day, harassment, legal obstacles. She is in hiding as we speak. I'm sick as a dog, so don't look at me. There has been numerous occasions of Donald Trump mentioning that he deserves the Nobel Peace Prize. And that man cannot say he didn't want this shit. President Trump, I think I'll get the Nobel Peace Prize for a lot of things. This was in 2019. This was July. All I know is shit is about to get ugly. he about to find Norwegian or somebody. Somebody about to get sanctioned.
So I'm literally just waking up and something told me to pick up my phone. And just as I picked up my phone, I saw that they had just announced the Nobel Peace Prize winner, which was not Trump. Thank God. I'm so glad it wasn't him. The winner of the Nobel Peace Prize was Maria Corina Machado of Venezuela. So now Trump can stop going around begging and bullying people to vote for him for the Nobel Peace Prize. I'm so glad he didn't win. He knew he did not deserve to win the Nobel Peace Prize. There is nothing peaceful about that man. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. I'm sure he's probably throwing a fit right now and probably posting some ugly message on social media like he normally does.
It's fire and it's not fire at the same time. This lady, Maria Corina Machado out of Venezuela, just won the Nobel Peace Prize for her work and activism towards peace and democracy in Venezuela. We all know Venezuela is ran by pretty much a dictator, although they try to hold elections, which she won the presidential nomination. But it was taken away from her, and she's been fighting ever since. That was in 2023. And she worked for an organization to try to, advocate for democracy and transferring democratic methods of, choosing your person in power, but it's a dictator in Venezuela. So she's now going into hiding due to her activism, her beliefs around democracy, in her home country of Venezuela. And I'm saying it's fine because she's in the midst of a fight for her life and why she won the Nobel Peace Prize. But, it's not fine because her life's on the line, but it's fine because she got awarded this award, but she may not be able to go to the ceremony due to her being in hiding, due to the work she does, of the whole reason why she won the award. It's just a catch-22. But I definitely want to look more into this. I don't have all the details. Everything I just said is all I know. She worked for somewhere that their whole job was to promote democracy and fight for democratic methods of, electing public servants and officials. I'm saying then was a presidential nominee, was democratically elected to represent a certain party, and then it was stripped from her. But congratulations to Ms. Machado. I pray that she's safe. I pray that she's able to make the ceremony and then post that, hopefully she can find safety and refuge somewhere. But she's a fighter, so she's not going to leave her home country. Like, even though she goes to the ceremony, because I forgot what country the Nobel Peace Prize, or Nobel Prize, because you can win it in several categories. I forgot what country it's in, but I pray that she finds safety and keeps up the good fight in Venezuela. Hopefully y'all reach some democratic means, some sort of way. But congratulations to Ms. Machado.
Listen, y'all, it's late, but I'm so glad I stayed up for that Nobel Peace Prize announcement. If y'all didn't see it, the shade, what? Please go back and watch it. If you didn't see it, you're going to have to go back and check that out. Listen to the whole thing and listen. Amazing. Congratulations to the woman of color.
So Trump thought he was going to win the Nobel Peace Prize, y'all. He thought he was going to bully the people who elect the person to win the Nobel Peace Prize, y'all. He really thought he was going to win the Nobel Peace Prize. What have this man done to even be a candidate to win the Nobel Peace Prize? Y'all know me. I follow this shit like loyalty. I follow everything about our government. He claimed he stopped 10 to 15 wars, y'all. I couldn't find one war he stopped. He just put on a stunt just 2 days ago when Marco Rubio passed him a note saying Israel and Hamas has agreed to a ceasefire. That same night, Israel attacked Hamas. But yet, this man want to be loved so bad that he was trying to force these people to let him win a Nobel Peace Prize so it could feel like he done something since he been a president, y'all. But yet, he claiming he's stopping wars all over the world. But he's sending our soldiers in our cities. He's sending ICE against his own American people. But yet, he think he's supposed to win the Nobel Peace Prize. This man is a joke, y'all. I'm serious. He's a joke, y'all. He haven't done nothing in 8 months to help nobody. Can somebody just show me a legislation that he passed through the House, through the Senate, that he signed on his desk saying America people is about to receive help, y'all? Everything he does, he staged everything. But yet, this morning I woke up with joy, y'all, knowing that this man did not win the Nobel Peace Prize. For one, he didn't deserve it. And for two, somebody who really deserved it won it. And I'm happy for that. But we at a place now, y'all, where they trying to make this man look good, when majority of the country now can't stand him, man. Can't stand this dude. So that was a big relief to wake up this morning knowing he did not win, because he haven't done a goddamn thing. And all you followers, go in my comments and tell me what the hell this man has done for you and the American people. Please, somebody explain to me one policy that he has put in action that's gonna help the American people. You fools cannot give me one. Executive actions are nothing. They're gonna be overturned once a Democrat get in office in 3 years. So this the America we live in, where you don't have to do nothing. You don't have to stop no wars. But yet you try to bully the committee on giving you the Nobel Peace Prize, y'all. This the America we live in. This the goddamn America we live in.
Okay, so by now you all know the Nobel Prize winner is Maria, a Venezuelan activist who's been at the forefront of the fight for democracy in Venezuela. Naturally, people who are asking why, like, she won, why did she win? Well, when you take a closer look, it feels like the Nobel Prize winner tends to go to individuals or groups who align with a pro-Western worldview, whether you're actively fighting for peace or simply promising to pursue it someday. As long as it fits within Western standards, you seem to have a better shot at it. So interestingly, around 50% of Nobel Peace Prizes have gone to Europeans. So I guess that makes Europe the home of peace, right? I mean, 50% of it. But jokes aside, guys, let's circle back to why this video matters. For quite some time, the boss, okay, has been openly saying that he deserves the Nobel Peace Prize. He's even called Obama, claiming that Obama didn't deserve this, the Nobel Peace Prize. He won that some time back. In other interviews, we've heard the boss say that he deserves it, according to him, because he has stopped a lot of wars. I don't want to say too much, okay, except that, well, he didn't win. Maybe next year, I guess, it might be his turn next year. But if it makes, the MAGA crowd a little bit happier, here's an interesting twist. Maria, the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize winner, actually dedicated her win to the boss, okay, DT. With that in mind, let's continue watching these clips. I'll come back at the end of this video to give my own full 2 cents. Let's watch this.
Oh boy, there's undoubtedly a crash out coming. If it's not a tweet, it's going to be in an interview. If it's not in an interview, it's going to be soon, because this man did not get his Peace Prize. He did not. That's all. Remember, that's all he's wanted, is that Nobel Peace Prize. But it was awarded to someone who was defending democratic rights. Let me say that again. It went to someone defending democratic rights. Maria Corina Machado from Venezuela. She will be the one who is awarded with the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize. Man, oh man, if they weren't upset about Bad Bunny, they are going to be upset now. I would like to apologize in advance for the tariffs that will probably be coming because of this. Norway, you're probably gonna get a little temper tantrum from the Orange Man, and of course, MAGA will be up in arms, because some of them wanted him to win that Peace Prize too. All right, a lot of these people believe that, winning that award or winning some type of award like that is just going to erase all of their behavior. They think that it just completely discounts all of the fascism and human rights violations that they have been engaged in. But not getting it definitely reinforces that they are not good people. And what they are doing is not something that is meant to bring peace anywhere. But you all know that ain't gonna matter. He gonna be upset. And unfortunately, we're gonna have to deal with that.
Okay, so this brings us to the big question. Why didn't the boss win the Nobel Peace Prize this year? Because if we're being honest, he's been campaigning for that recognition for years now. From ending certain international conflicts to attempting peace talks between Israel and Arab nations. The boss has always positioned himself as the man who stops wars instead of But clearly, that alone wasn't enough to convince the Nobel Committee. So if we take a look at this year's winner, Maria, a Venezuelan activist known for her fearless stand against authoritarianism and her push for democracy, we begin to see what the committee truly values. Her fight represents a long-term commitment to freedom, human rights, and systemic change, not just the absence of war, but the presence of justice. That's what the Nobel Peace Prize has increasingly come to symbolize. It's not so much about stopping a conflict for a short while. It's about creating a sustainable foundation for peace that goes beyond borders and politics. So when you put the boss's track record besides Mariah's, it becomes clearer that why the decision went the way it did. The boss's version of peace often looked transactional, peace that was temporarily strategic and at times self-serving. Yes, he brokered a few ceasefires and peace agreements, but many of them were fragile and quickly unraveled once the cameras were off. The Nobel Committee doesn't reward temporary peace, they reward transformation. They look for leaders or activists who fight for peace even when there's nothing to gain personally, those who stand for it even at great personal cost. Mariah's journey fits that mold perfectly. She's been arrested, silenced, and exiled, yet she continues to advocate for democratic rights in Venezuela. That's courage, that's conviction, and more importantly, that's consistency. Her story sends a message that peace isn't just about signing deals, it's about changing lives, fighting oppression, and giving people a voice when they've been silenced. So when the boss often says he stopped a lot of wars, the truth is peace that depends on political timing or election cycles doesn't hold much weight in the Nobel context. So if the boss truly wants to win the Nobel Peace Prize next year, he might need to approach peace from a different angle, one that doesn't revolve around deals, but around people. The Nobel Prize Committee often looks at the humanitarian side of leadership. Are you improving lives, protecting freedoms, and building bridges between divided communities? Because true peace isn't just about not fighting. It's about healing, uniting, and transforming. So the boss would need to show that kind of transformation, not just in policy, but in principle. For example, rather than focusing on who deserves blame, he could focus on who deserves help. Instead of calling out leaders or taking credit for preventing wars. He could highlight real people, refugees, victims of political oppression, or even unprivileged Americans, and take concrete steps to better their conditions. Nobel Peace Prize winners are often those who reflect empathy and global responsibilities, not just political strength. And maybe that's where the boss loses the committee, you know. His communication style, strong, combative, and apologetic, has always divided opinions. To the Nobel Committee, peace is not about dominancy or power. It's about humility and collaboration. They don't just look at results. They look at the energy behind those results. Did the peace come from compassion or calculation? Was it inclusive or was it selective? That's why Maria's win speaks volumes. She represents the endurance of peace over the performance of peace. Her activism didn't come with global power or media attention. It came with risk, sacrifice, and unwavering persistence. That's the kind of peace that can be, negotiated. It's the kind that's lived. So if the boss still wants that Nobel Peace Prize, he'll need to rebrand what peace means to him, not as something you declare, but as something you cultivate. It would mean using his influence to bring people together instead of dividing them. It would mean using his platform not just to defend his legacy, but to uplift others in need of a voice. It would mean proving that peace isn't about politics, it's about purpose. At the end of the day, the Nobel Peace Prize isn't just a trophy. It's a reflection of how the world defines moral leadership, whether you agree with the committee's criteria or not. One thing is clear. Peace in the modern world isn't measured by who signs the deal or who stops the war. It's measured by who keeps fighting for justice when the cameras are off. So maybe, just maybe, if Trump truly wants to stand on the stage next year, it's going to take more than just reminding the world of what he's already done. It's going to take showing them what he's still willing to do for humanity, not just for history, because peace isn't about claiming credit, it's about creating change. And that's why Maria walked away with the prize this year. She didn't just talk about peace, she lived it. So maybe that's the real reason here. The Nobel Peace Prize doesn't go to the loudest voice of or the strongest leader. It goes to the one who keeps working for people when no one else is watching. Yeah, so with that being said, that's where, we'll leave this conversation for now. Go ahead, drop your thoughts in the comment section down below. Let's see what happens next year. Who knows? Maybe Trump will finally take the page from Maria's book. I'll definitely see you in my next video. Please, guys, stay peaceful and stay watching. Keep your eyes peeled, And if it's your first time to be on this channel, go ahead, subscribe, turn on that notification bell so that every time I upload such videos, you'll be notified. I'm running out of breath, guys. I'll see you in my next video.